Facebook presence for yours truly in connection to the website. So, following with Rue's example, I have created a The Commodore fan page on Facebook. So, and I believe it's now publicly searchable, so feel free to look it up. If you want to add me, I would love to have you guys there as well to post comments, and if the personal messenger on the website or sending me an email isn't going to do it, you can throw something up on the fan page and go from there. If you can't find it, don't blame me. I'm still experimenting. I know nothing about this thing. I literally just threw it together, so I don't even have any pictures up there yet, save one. So go up there, look it up, and we'll put that together in conjunction with the site and Clan of the Grey Wolf on Facebook, and also Rue COTGW, which is his Facebook fan page. All right, so now I want to move on to the conversation for next week's Weekly Wringer. This week we had Google I/O, which is always a pretty exciting time because we get to see, at least from Google's perspective, what the future really holds for technology, and what they plan on doing over the next year, 2 years, 5-year spectrum. And it happens every year, and it started kind of as a large developer conference to get developers excited. That's still the aim, but they're also really trying to really show the public how Google is working to make an impact on a lot of different things that we do. Now, we had a lot of things come out of Google I/O this year, including Android control of our homes, which is something that we've talked about a few ringers ago. We heard about Google Music, which is going to go right up against Amazon's Cloud Player and other cloud players of the like. And initially I was going to ask you guys about that. But what I think is an even more interesting result of Google I/O is the Chromebook. Now, for those of you that don't know what the Chromebook is or haven't seen any news about it yet, you should go look it up. A few years ago, Google basically put out there they were working on an operating system for a computer, and that it was going to be called Chrome OS. And it turns out now, it looks like there's no plans in the future for this development to go anywhere else. They've released a Samsung-created, manufactured laptop that basically runs Chrome OS. And for those of you, again, that don't know anything about it, Chrome OS basically has nothing but a kernel and a very small operating system. It doesn't even have a desktop interface. The only interface on it is basically a browser that connects to the web. The thought is that we do everything that we need to do on a laptop on the web now. So there's no reason to have things like native applications and so on and so forth. You guys understand how that works out. So before I get too deep and kind of tip my hand on this, what I want to do is ask you guys this question for next week's Weekly Wringer. Okay, so here, let me say before I throw the question up there. There's been a few evolutions in the laptop over the years, right? We used to call them laptops. Then they became notebooks, right? And then the really small ones that preceded the iPad before the tablets, we had netbooks. Well, Engadget has begun to call this new category, the Chromebook, a nettop, because it's a laptop that doesn't run any native applications and just uses the web for all of its applications and data and everything else. So everything kind of gets hosted remotely and then just kind of comes to your nettop, wherever you might be connected to the internet. So my question for next week's Weekly Wringer is this. What is the future for the concept of the nettop? Are you guys ready for a future with a mobile device that doesn't really have any native applications, can't even really process native applications, and only works to run web or cloud-based applications? I think it's an interesting question. I can't wait to see what you guys talk about with it. It's a really open-ended question. We could go a lot of different ways with this. And I can't wait to see what kind of stuff comes out of it, as always. So that is the question for next week. Be sure to comment and give me any feedback you might have. You can always email me at commodore128@clanofthegreywolf.com. Jump onto The Commodore at Facebook, and or you can always send a private message via the website, as many of you have done so far. So thanks for all the feedback. Thanks for watching as always. I am the Commodore from the Clan of the Grey Wolf. This is the Weekly Ringer, and there is no reset button.